Sissy was, that's her mama. That's it. And I'll say this, and if it comes out that I'm wrong as hell and Sissy was the stepmama to this girl, more power to Sissy. Because again, she put her everything into Whitney. And like again, mother is as mother does, period. Right? Whether you gave birth to the child or that child just showed up at your house one day, and if you take care of them, that's it. But I'm not buying it. Nah, it's a
So
no.
let's keep it. Yeah, yeah. Let's keep it 80s. There was a Facts of Life reboot that was going to happen, or like a recast, or like or something back of Facts of Life with all the cast. Mindy Cohen goes on a podcast and basically says that there's only one person that is holding up this Facts of Life reunion.
Mm-hmm.
There's speculation in the group, within the comments of who it may be.
Oh, it's Blair.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, I was trying to give a lead up. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll bleep that part out.
we already hear now. You said it's Blair.
I'm sorry. I should have been on
Why
mute.
do you think it's Blair?
Because it is.
Is that already been confirmed?
Like, so, all right. Here, the way that she was very politically correct about it, but she also gave a little hint about who it was, right? And she was like, if you look at my Instagram page, you'll kind of get an idea of who I'm talking about, right? And if you go through her Instagram page, you see that. So Mindy Cohn, for people that don't know, that's Natalie, right? So I'm gonna use their character names for people that don't know the real people. So like you got. So with Natalie on her page, you can see pictures of her with Joe. You see pictures of her with Tootie, and they always hanging out. And her giving birthday shots out. The last time she gave a birthday shout out to Blair was 2021. So what was that? Around the time of the pandemic. So what was supposed to happen was they were planning this reunion or whatever special they were trying to do. Pandemic happened, but they were still doing Zoom calls to kind of discuss it, trying to make things happen. And then all of a sudden it was out because there was one of the co-stars was trying to get more money and kind of secure their own spinoff deal. Don't nobody want no damn Blair spinoff. First and foremost. Second, if any, and then people are like, well, maybe it was Tootie. It wouldn't have been. First off, I'm sure that Tootie has been offered her own spinoff. I'm
easy. That's an easy spinoff.
Like easy spinoff. I'm sure that she has been offered her own shit.
You could have just did any of the other show she's on and said it was a spinoff, and it was her doing whatever show, and just spent it off from that, and just made that character move to whatever other show she did.
Yeah, like easy. Like so again, to the idea that like, oh, it was Tootie. Baby, I'm sure Tootie could have had a show in the 80s, like if she wanted to. As soon as the show, the Facts of Life went off, she could have easily did her own shit. So I know it's not her, right? It's definitely not Kim Fields. It's not Joe. It's not Minnie Cohn. Minnie Cohn just was just on what's the damn show on Apple Plus? Palm Springs. Is it called Palm Springs? I can't even think of it. But it's a really good show that has Kristen Wiig in it. But anywho, she just was in that Prom Royale. That's what it's called. So everybody's working, but like I said, it was Blair ass, and that's who is fucking it up for everybody. That's it.
And honestly, do you think that the studios are saying like how people do like touring? This is my question to you, Scott. Is it where like how 112 with where QB out here saying like I wasn't there at all? Like you get paid, they only want everybody from the show. We can't not do it without Blair. So the deal's off unless we got everybody.
Probably, but I don't know. They'll probably figure out a way trying to work around it, just where it's just the three, and I don't know. They'll probably work it a way where it's not her if they want to keep the ball moving.
Mrs. Garrett is turning over in her grave.
Huh?
I said Mrs. Garrett is turning over in her grave.
I mean, do you do Blair's daughter or something to just keep that kind of flair and get somebody younger that looks like Blair just to fill in that role?
Yeah, have a daughter or something.
Or do they want, or is the studio like, if we don't have everybody, we ain't paying for it?
Yeah, they'll have a living single reunion reboot before Facts of Life.
I don't think like was it supposed to be? I'm trying to think. Was it a whole reboot or was it just the I think it was just a reunion or something. Another reunion. There's always a reunion that they working on. Or they always reunite into like the cast reunite. But oh yeah, no, that was last year. Tootie wasn't there. But I mean, usually they're always together. Oh yeah, it was a revival. So it was supposed to be
It was going to be a continuation of all these people as adults, basically, right? For Facts of Life, right? Or are you talking for Living Single?
Oh, I'm talking about Facts of Life.
Facts of Life.
It's supposed to be a revival.
I think it would have good legs, man. Like, I think that would have good legs. Hey, man, I was talking about it low key. The show that they could pull back and would do good stuff is Smart Guy.
I didn't know that was a Disney show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was on
It was on WB.
No, it was on WB, but WB owned by was it on Disney? I thought it was on WB.
Yeah, because you can only watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, hold on.
But it's the
it might have been ABC, which would be Disney.
Yeah, so it's a matter of who bought what. So it's who bought what company and they got that catalog is pretty much what that boils down to. Like who bought what. But
yeah, it was on WB. It was on WB.
Yeah,
yep, I knew it was on WB.
Yeah.
So I think Sister was on ABC the first season, then it went to WB.
WB. I mean, what I mean, as we talking about these reboots, what reboot? We talked about one earlier when you're going to cover. What other reboot quickly that we were like, yo, this would really work though, in general, like, and people would be interested.
I'd like a different world.
Yeah, I like a different 100%. World in today's.
That's the one I was gonna say.
I want a different world. Dwayne is back as a professor.
No, let him be like vice president of college, where he's like not the top, right, but he's like
like a dean,
right, dean or something like that.
Yeah,
and because they went away to Japan, like that was the last.
Got brought back to do that. So right. Like he coming in at a high level, and they like, nigga, you ain't been here.
That part, right? Or hell, you know what? Oddly enough, what you do. One, I'm on Team Jada, but you bring Jada back, but you make Jada like dean of students. So how Jennifer Lewis's character, Jennifer Lewis's character that was there when she was dean, you make Jada that, but it shows that progression, that growth of her being that kind of like loudmouth, kind of like hood rat kind of girl, but she ended up like changing the game and becoming this other person. The original stars wouldn't always be there, but they would
make cameos
in the right way of bringing them back. It's kind of like just how with Bel Air, how people kind of are showing up, but it's not thrown in your face. But a different world, absolutely. And
who's your main cast that is from the old cast that has to come back?
Unfortunately, we don't have Mr. Gaines, but the Peach Pit still needs to be there.
What's my dude? What was it? Was it TK Carter? That was his son.
Who was Gaines' son or Colonel Taylor's son?
No. Mr. Gaines' son, TK Carter, the one that tried to run it while he was sick. He was the
was always fucking up. Like that's what I'm saying.
The first season.
Hey, Stacey, do you bring Bumper Robinson back?
Of course. Of course he's
ain't he the school chaplain?
Right, first and foremost, like he over the BSU.
And Jada's married to him.
I'm like, first off, he's over the Baptist Student Union. First and foremost, that's what he's doing. Like the show, the show does not get pitched without Bumper Robinson in it, period. First and foremost. Like the pitch don't work without Bumper Robinson. But
this is his comeback. This is comeback show because we ain't seen him since the game.
But there, like I said, because there is that level of that first class and then the last class that was there. So, but I think, like I said, there are people that you can definitely. Like, I mean, Ron can be there. Freddie, Freddie is an attorney at this point because, like, she was Kimberly Reese is finally a doctor. Like I said, everyone doesn't have to necessarily teach at the university, but if their kids are going there, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like that's what it is that their kids are there at Hillman, and the fun part of Whitley and Dwayne's kid. Well, actually, there's a Disney University.
Their first kid would be too old.
Like, so no. There's a
their first kid would be like 30 something, wouldn't it?
No. Wait. Let me get it out. There's a Disney universe where Dwayne and Whitley are married, and they are and their kid was on a show.
I saw it. Was it at the Raven?
It's one of those. I remember seeing that clip.
Yeah.
But either way, again, it doesn't have to be their oldest child, right? To that point, it can be a grandkid. All right, and which is quite possible, right? They absolutely could have a grandkid or something who's there. And baby Whitley, Miss Thing Junior, right? Like that's, I want to see her. I want to see the new generation.
And she's the only kid that went to HBCU too. Every other kid ended up going to like some high level Ivy League, something like that. The only kid is the youngest one that ends up going to Hillman.
Going back to Hillman. And you got to bring Patti LaBelle back, still calling the grown ass son Chipmunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, we needed Diane Carroll though at this point too, man.
Yeah. Absolutely needed Diane Carroll. So if anything, with the writing, they just have to bring Diane Carroll to life via paper some kind of way. Be like, Mama said blah 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 blah, right? Or just some phone calls of things that she may have said. But yeah, it can make sense. It can be the grandkid who wants to go and who is tired of the private schools and is really trying to, but it comes in and it's completely a different world because they're used to that suburban, extra suburban life. And now you're here really around Black people, and she has to learn her Blackness, if you will. Right? I'm doing the writing for y'all.
Then there's another one where you got an athlete that hits the portal. He done got in trouble at a PWI. He got to transfer to HBCU. That happens to be Sinbad's grandson. Like, man, I got in trouble down in Florida.
Oh shit!
I got in trouble in Alabama.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wasn't him and Dawn still together? Or they
broke
back
up
though.
Right before he left the show.
Yeah, okay. They broke up, and then she married Colonel Taylor.
That's right. Yeah, she married him. Yeah,
like she married him, and then they had a kid. Right. So, it's definitely possible. I would love to see a different world today.
There's a speed bump here now, Stacey. I just thought about. Dr. Cosby is the speed bump.
So I don't know
how much right does he own it is. How much does he need to be involved?
He doesn't need to be involved. We just need Debbie.
But how much? I'm talking about legally.
How much does he own of a different world? That's a very good question. And don't know. Like that's
just give it to Malcolm Jamal Warner. He want to bring all the stuff back to TV anyway.
Hey, you do a dope crossover with. Remember, he was trying to be a teacher, and what if you threw Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo, in there and just made it?
You absolutely
Professor Huxtable.
No, a Cosby Show, different world, full on thing.
Yeah, Theo being there absolutely makes sense. And the reason for that, again, is Theo was going to school he was working with inner city youth, whatever, right? He'd gone to school
and that was the last episode when he graduated.
Yeah, he graduated. He had just graduated. Also, and then I think they kind of drifted away from that storyline, but Denise was going back to school to become a teacher. Like they drifted away from it, and because she ended up leaving the show again. But she, like there's that role of it. Pam, cousin Pam, right? Erica Alexander. We don't know what happened to her after the show ended, right? We know Charmaine went to Hillman.
Alan Payne.
Right.
Was supposed to go there, but he declined on it.
Right. Remember, Lance ended up not going to Hillman, right? And they ended up breaking up over the phone, because he stayed in New York. But Pam can definitely show up, right? And the reality of the fact that we, like I said, we don't know what happened to Pam after she graduated, but maybe she went to community college in New York and then ended up being able to, do.
She went to Edgar Everett.
Right. And she worked during the day, did some courses at night, and now she is able to be here at Hillman. And
look, Loki, you can kill off Bill Cosby and bring Felicia Rashad back and do the old crib and just say people was coming back visiting that crib and just kill off Bill Cosby off screen. Actually, it's a 12 episodes. He's right there on Netflix.
And guess who live in the house with her? The grandkids, the twins, Nelson and Wendy. Them and their kids. They got 2 whole families in the house. That house ain't never gonna be empty.
Because they can't never get rid of everybody in that house. Because everybody
the twins live there now, Scott.
They like 30 years old with their own families. Because they got the attic and the basement. They done fixed the basement up.
And he passed on, so you got his office area too. You can make that into a whole other bedroom.
Yeah, Raven Simone be coming back and forth out of
right.
It's too many people.
Right. And the only place they can't go is Claire's office. That's it. That's the only place they don't allow.
The new one.
Yep.
Where was Claire's office?
They built her an office.
Oh,
and,
okay. Remember they made an extension of the dining room.
Yep, it was her space for her and to stay ass about. So that's that. But so I'm looking to the production company was Carsey Werner Productions in association with Bill Cosby. So
the Cos got to sign off.
Yeah. Well, there's also, we don't know what he ended up losing, if anything. Like, I don't know what. Sometimes there's some assets and things like that you end up having to get rid of. So I don't, as far as ownership, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This is just the home media rights. So the distribution rights for the series have since reverted to the production company, Carsey Werner Productions. Film Rise has currently made the series available on streaming services, especially Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. So there's a DVD, right? There was a season 1 DVD, and it says the number of episodes is 22. Additional information. It has cast interviews, outtakes, a retrospective overview of the series with cast members, but it says an unaired lost episode featuring Tupac Shakur and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Season 1? What was in the last season? Tupac was on there.
I don't know.
How many seasons was it? Was it 5?
6.
6.
Yeah, it was 6. So essentially, you hit that 100 mark so you can go into syndication, but it was never really syndicated.
I remember it used to come on one. I can't remember what cable station. It used to come on like early in the morning. They used to show reruns.
TV1.
It was TV1? Okay.
Yep, TV1.
TV1. Yeah, they used to show them in the morning.
Because when I wake up early for work, it was Different World, Cosby Show, Living Single, all up from 5 to like 8 in the morning. Those was all running.
Yeah. Then New York Undercover be like midday.
Yep.
Yes, so it said on August 23rd and the 24th of 2012, Debbie Allen former chief creative force for Different World, wrote on Twitter that she wanted to reboot the series. Over 1 million people on Facebook, Twitter, and blogs reacted to the tweet and approved the potential reboot. Like, yeah, we want it. There is, I don't know. I don't know if there is an obstacle with ownership of who can make this happen. But if it can happen, I'm watching. There's pretty much nothing, with the exception of them adding Gabrielle Union to the cast. That's the only way you can keep me from watching.
Hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it on the SOLC Network. You finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.